All right, new year 2025. Right. 1 year closer to the future and 1 year closer to death. Boy, what a great positive way to start this. Hi there, Wolf397 here, YouTuber, gamer, and also sickness magnet. So I gotta say, before we talk about anything, I gotta apologize. Currently, I'm dealing with a bit of a head cold right now. Well, it was a head cold, and I'll probably talk about it some other time. But all you really need to know is that if my voice sounds a little weird during this video while I'm recording it and stuff, then that's most likely why. But we're not going to talk about sicknesses and illnesses and stuff like that, because that's not fun. Instead, what we're going to talk about are birthdays, and more specifically, celebrating them. So get your noisemakers, get your fireworks, get your banana hammocks, get everything or whatever that you usually use to celebrate birthdays, and bring them all in here, because today we're going to be celebrating not my birthday. Now, despite the fact that my birthday is going to be coming in like a month and stuff, which, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, if there's anyone that wants to buy me a gift, well, you know what the deadline is. So we're not going to be celebrating my birthday, but we are going to be celebrating the birthday of something that's just as special and important to this world. And that is the birthday of this YouTube channel. Wolf397's birthday was January 17th. And not just any January 17th. It was January 17th of 2007, which means, yes, that's right. This channel right here became an adult. 18 years old, baby. Dude, that is insane. I think this channel's probably older than like most people using social media apps at this point. I don't know where I'm getting that information from, but trust me, I'm most likely right. But now when I think about that and put that more into perspective, that means that this channel has actually been with me longer than half of my life. Ugh! Yeah, unfortunately, since I kind of shot my wad a little bit early, literally the exact same day as the anniversary with the Silly Billy video, I don't really have anything that I can do in terms of this video. So, I mean, I guess all I could really do is just talk about how this channel came to be, the origin story, if you will. But yeah, since I don't really have anything to celebrate or release or whatever right now, let's just go down and take a stroll on memory lane here, and we could go right back to the year 2007. 2007. 1 year after the Nintendo Wii was launched was when this channel was finally created, and it all started where all hopes and dreams go to die. Middle school. I know it's hard to imagine this dumpy old emo-looking loser right here in front of you as a middle schooler, but trust me, I actually did exist back then, and I have this ID to show for it. Aw, look how cute he is. I'd abduct him and put him in my white van. YouTube was like a platform that I really didn't care too much about. Back then, we had lots of user video websites and stuff. We had things like GameSpot, we had game trailers, we had game videos, we had all sorts of places that we can go. Oh, stupid videos, can't forget about that. Stupid videos. We had all these platforms that we can go to, and YouTube, well, when I first learned about YouTube, was the new dog in this game. And since, I was more used to all those older video sharing platforms, I didn't really view YouTube in a positive light. I knew that it was going to get big. It seemed like one of those things that just felt like an inevitability. I had all my angry video game nerd episodes over there on GameSpot user videos. Why did I ever need to move to YouTube? And even then, if I did move to YouTube, I'm going to lose all the videos that I favorited. And who knows, what if I never find those same videos that I had on GameSpot user videos or game trailers user videos or whatever on YouTube? There's a possibility that could happen, so I may as well just stay with what I know best. And eventually those old user video websites wouldn't last, and some would close not too long after YouTube would get created. And so I eventually was led to YouTube. And I started with this YouTube channel called Wolf387. Wolf397 wasn't originally my first channel. I don't think I uploaded anything. If anything, if I did upload anything, it probably wasn't anything substantial. So I started with that channel, Wolf387, and like most kids are known to do, I forgot the credentials that I needed to input in order to enter that channel. So I eventually lost access to it, and then I had to make a new channel. And since I'm an incredibly unoriginal bastard, I decided to use my old channel's name, but change one of the numbers, therefore creating Wolf397. And that was my YouTube channel for the most part. The end. Just kidding. We're going to talk about way more than just that. We're going to go all the way up to pretty much just like present day, because why not, right? Why not? What are you doing right now? Wolf397 was created, and around that time, 2007, I think I was starting to be influenced by Flash animations, stick figure animations. I didn't really mention it when I was talking about like GameSpot user videos and stuff like that, but I used to go on Flash websites and stuff like Albino Black Sheep, Newgrounds, stuff like that. And that's where I got like most of my entertainment. And in fact, around this same time, I think I was going on those websites more than I was on YouTube. But even then, I would still find some cool videos on YouTube of like stick figure animations. Things like pretty much like Turquoise, like what he created, like failed containment. I think that's what it's called, as well as the shotgun one. It's the one with the song that goes like, "It's a shotgun, baby." If you ever played Burnout Revenge, you most likely know that song. I know that song because of that video. There was a lot of cool like videos being uploaded like that. Also things like pivot animations, just regular old Flash stick figure animation, stuff like that. Animator versus animation. That was also one of those videos that inspired me. And I thought, man, I want to make stuff like that. It doesn't look that hard. I may as well go and download Flash. What the hell? Flash costs like $400? What? I did what most children did back then when they didn't have money. I begged my parents to buy. No, I didn't. I pirated Flash. What parent would be willing to give their child a like $300 animation like program? I probably wouldn't even do the same for my own children. I'd be like, dude, trust me, you don't want to do this. Just get into crypto and make money that way easier. Buy Wolfie coin. So I ended up finding a way to pirate Flash. And the version I ended up getting was Flash MX 2004. And I think the main reason I got that one was because another creator that I used to watch, XEF Patterson, used that and would talk about it in his tutorials and stuff that I would watch and try to learn from, but still fail at because I was like 2 years old or something. Now this guy, XEF Patterson, he created a lot of cool stick figure animations, but also he created this series of videos called The Cliff. For those who have watched my channel and looked through all my content, you probably know where I'm going with this. But for those who don't know, the Cliff videos generally consisted of this. 2 cliffs, stick figures running up from either side, jumping and dying at the bottom of the cliff. Now, sometimes they would do cool things like fight each other or like do flips and spins or all sorts of other things like that. 12-year-old me thought that was the coolest thing in the world. And this was back then when YouTube had things called video responses. Basically what it entailed was people creating videos in response to a video. Pretty self-explanatory. So XEF Patterson, he actually encouraged people to make video responses to his The Cliff videos with their own The Cliffs. Lots of people actually did make responses to his videos. So if you look up The Cliff, not only are you going to find his original video, but you're going to find many, many other The Cliff videos made specifically in response to his videos. And that includes myself. I made a Ari The Cliff video, and it was in response to his second one, The Cliff 2, probably his most famous one, his most popular one. And I think, and I'm not too sure if this still holds true, but I remember it getting pretty big. And it got so big, it actually got over 1 million views, which back then is honestly quite a huge deal. Like, you know, people get millions of views everywhere on YouTube and other places like, you know, TikTok, Instagram. But back then, having 1 million views on a video pretty much just made you royalty. You were special. At least you would think you were special, because it wasn't really that easy to get. Not many people used YouTube back then because, you know, this was back when it was only on a personal computer. And while a lot of people had personal computers, a lot of people also had lives. And so not everyone was on YouTube all the time like they are nowadays. So yeah, 12-year-old Wolfter97 having 1 million views under his belt. Now, I usually don't look too fondly back on my stick figure animating career because, you know, well, it didn't really end up becoming anything. It definitely wasn't a career, that's for certain. But I am still pretty proud that I was able to obtain such a huge milestone at such a young age. Man, and I'm pretty sure that inflated my ego like nothing else. And so after this point, I would still keep creating stick figure animations, but I would also sprinkle in some other videos that I'd create, like live action videos, specifically using my PSP camera because that was the only digital camera I had. I remember creating this one called GTA 4 on Nintendo Wii, which was mainly just a clickbait video. The main punchline was I took the disc of GTA 4 out of the case, and then I put the disc literally on top of a Nintendo Wii, my Nintendo Wii. I just gave a thumbs up and the video ended. And I remember I got so many hate comments for that. And it was so funny. People were livid about that. And who'd have thought that even back then I was making rage bait? Some things really don't change, huh? But yeah, I continued making videos and stuff. And eventually that started to kind of peter out because, you know, especially in regards of the stick figure animations, animating is not that easy and it's very time consuming. And middle school and high school are like those formative years where, you know, especially very, very busy years too. I remember having like a lot of schoolwork and all that. And, you know, there'd be things like hanging out with friends or, you know, just like laying in bed and masturbating all day. Stuff like that would keep me busy and I wouldn't really be able to do stick figure stuff that much. And so I think around like maybe like junior and senior year, I think I just stopped making like stick figure animations like altogether. During senior year, I made this video, which I feel like might have been like the turning point for my career as a YouTuber. And that video was Michael Bay Doritos. Now, since it's a really short video, I'm just going to play the whole thing right here because why not? Here you go. Here's Michael Bay Doritos.
Hey guys, who wants Doritos?
We do!
Well, how about
Michael Bay Doritos.
What?
Welcome back. Did you enjoy it? I know I did. I made that video, and that was actually a video for a class project, film project. And in fact, it wasn't even my project. It was actually for my friend. So yeah, it was an idea of mine that I had, and he originally did not want to do it. He'd just be like, okay, I have this idea. I'm going to do this with my film group, you know, as long as they don't leave me. And then they kind of bailed on him. So we went over to my friend's house. We recorded it pretty much in a, like just a single day. Now, what you saw was not everything. There were some cut scenes. There was a scene where I actually, so it is a parody of Michael Bay stuff. And in like keeping in that like idea, I wanted to have like a Megan Fox like parody. And since there wasn't really anyone that looked like beautiful or cute or whatever, I decided to employ me as the Megan Fox-esque person. So I ended up having my friend's mom gussy me up, put some makeup on me, lipstick, like blush and all that fun stuff. And I ended up putting like pillows or whatever under my shirt to make it look like I had boobs. And I went out there and I was Megan Fox. And unfortunately, we don't have that footage anymore. I don't know if like High School Me deleted it or something out of like embarrassment or whatever. But yeah, it's all lost media. And I don't even think Blame It on Jorge or Nexpo or anyone could find that. Please don't try and look for it. So that video came out and it was a huge success with everyone in high school. My film teacher loved it. I remember he watched it and he laughed so hard that like his face was as red as a tomato. He loved it. Like our classmates loved it. I remember it got put on like the morning show and stuff and people actually liked it there. I remember my high school crush liked it a lot. And that was enough of like thumbs up for me. I was just like, everyone can hate it. As long as she liked it, that's fine with me. I have a big boner now. That's all I need. It was a rousing success. And that was pretty much the video that like kind of cemented what I would want to try and do moving forward. And I ended up making a sequel to that video. J.J. Abrams' Funyuns. I haven't uploaded it here yet because I would like to try and remake that video. Things like that kind of like cemented that if I did like these really cool, like highly well done edited videos, maybe I could get somewhere with YouTube. I decided to make another YouTube account. And this YouTube account was called Figurative Sandwich. And basically, this was just, like I said, wanting to focus mainly on well-edited skits and short films, stuff like that. Well, that didn't really end up going as well as I was hoping. The hand was definitely not in my favor, so what I ended up trying to do was just what I usually did, which was just recording videos with not with my PSP camera. I instead used my actual camera because I did get like a awesome, cool Sony camera in high school, 2012. It's like a 3D camera. It's got, in fact, I could probably take it out right now. So, yeah, here we go. This is the bad boy that I used to use. I don't even think it turns on anymore because it's probably dead AF. Because the only thing I use now is my phone. But yeah, I use this camera for Michael Bay Doritos. I used it for practically pretty much almost everything up to, I want to say, like 2018 or something. No, like 2020, I think. I used this camera back when handycams and stuff like that were very popular. And I would just go around and just record whatever I wanted to. Like I would record like going to like the mall. I remember one time I recorded going to LA with my brother. That was pretty fun. I would record. There was also like tons and tons of times where I would record like going to like tons of things and stuff, but I just wouldn't like edit the video. It would just like sit on my computer or it would sit on like my camera's internal storage and stuff. So I guess I kind of wanted to just try and be like a vlogger or something. I don't really know what I was trying to do. And I felt this was starting to kind of bloat up Figurative Sandwich, which was something that I wanted to be mainly scripted and well edited. And these videos where I would just go and just be like everywhere with my camera, be like, oh, hey, what's up, guys? What's going on here? That didn't really fit the criteria of what I wanted for Figurative Sandwich. So I ended up bringing back Wolf 397 because I didn't really mention it at first, but I canceled Wolf 397 altogether. And I decided to just stick mainly with Figurative Sandwich because I thought that's what I was going to do. So I brought back Wolf 397 so that way I could have a channel for low effort content like these vlogs or whatever I wanted to do. And then I would have Figurative Sandwich with, you know, more highly edited stuff. And, you know, this was around the time when I was in college. So, you know, being in college and stuff, you don't really have that much time to yourself. You're kind of too busy, like stressing about things like going to class and like doing homework and presentations and paying for everything and buying books and wondering if you'll be able to buy food for yourself at the end of the week. I kind of had to put the YouTube stuff on the back burner. I would occasionally put out a video every now and then, but it wasn't really as much as I'd want to. I would usually get most of my stuff done when school's out and stuff. And that was when I would get things like the SMT short films, Shin Megami Tensei short films. For those who don't know what Shin Megami Tensei is, it's a Japanese video game series. Think like Final Fantasy, but way darker and way gloomier and with more demons and with more Lucifer and God fighting against each other and the fate of the world in the palm of your Japanese high schooler's hands. So pretty much just like Final Fantasy. And these were pretty much created as a labor of love because I really loved this video game series. I still love this video game series. I don't know why I use the past tense of that, but I love this video game series. So I wanted to create like content around that. And unfortunately, I'm not really smart to be able to do analysis and critiques and stuff like that. So I wanted to try and create, like short films that take place in the world of SMT. It kind of works out perfectly because SMT doesn't really have like a consistent timeline. In fact, I don't really think there is a timeline except for, few games that may have sequels and stuff. But with this very, very fluid timeline and universe in consideration, I could pretty much just create whatever I wanted. I could just create my own timeline and just plop it in there. I do look back on them and I do cringe. And honestly, it is pretty cringe because when you think about it, the whole idea just in general is cringe. I don't know if it holds up too well. If anything, I think SC Prologue might do best in terms of holding up. But yeah, it feels very self-insert fantasy of sorts, where I'm putting myself into like this video game world, an American in a Japanese video game series. And for the most part, a lot of people seem to enjoy it. I don't know if they're enjoying it purely out of like, like sincerity or just like, irony. But the reception was pretty nice. And I remember LaRue actually would, compliment and, praise my work and say like, all right, that was good, man. And he would share it on Twitter and all that. And that actually made me feel pretty good. It made me feel like I was a part of the community, which I, while I did play these games a lot back then and still do, I wasn't really, keeping up and talking with like members of the community and all that. That would eventually change though. In a good old-fashioned 2019, when, now I know, a lot of you people who have watched my stuff for a while, you probably know where I'm going with this. But in 2019, I made a short film that actually placed in a contest. Now, this video was actually made in 2018, late 2018. I believe I uploaded it in December of 2018. So not exactly 2019, but I did place in the contest in 2019. So I'm going to just like, just say that I uploaded it in 2019. And if you want to go even like further, I uploaded it in like 2022 on this account. So, But yeah, there was this video contest, this art and video contest that was being held in celebration of the 1-year anniversary for this video game called DX2 Shin Megami Tensei Liberation. Same series, right? Who'd have thought? They were pretty much just asking, all right, create your best fan art, create your best video, whatever, and upload it on YouTube and hashtag us, and we'll see who's the best of the best. Since I had a couple of SMT short films under my belt already, I felt like I was well equipped to enter this contest, and so I did. And I ended up actually not starring in this video because I wanted to have a bit more control with like, camera work and all that, and I didn't have to worry too much about like learning lines and stuff. All I had to worry about was doing the script and going over there and recording and all that. So I had my friend come in and be the main character for this. And it was pretty fun. I decided to not go for a serious tone instead, and I wanted to do what I felt I did best, comedy. And I think it went over quite well. It's one of my favorite works that I've ever done on this channel, or well, Figurative Sandwich. And yeah, I finished it, put it out in December, crossed my fingers so hard I pretty much just like cracked them like those like thin breadsticks. The contest closed, and at that point it was pretty much all just a waiting game. So I waited and waited and waited until I think February, when they finally, because they actually delayed the announcement for the winners quite a bit. I think they delayed it like a whole month or something. Yeah, some random day in the morning of February 2019, I looked at their Twitter account and they announced the winners are here for the art and video contest for DX2. And I was like, the winners are here. And the winners are here. And could it be you? Take a look and we'll find out. And so I went onto the website, and they had it all sprawled out. It was really cool. We started with the art portion. So I scrolled through all of them, and some really good fan art, like one, and some that I thought was like deserving of winning actually won. And I was really happy about that. And then we got to the video portion. And, well, scrolling down a little bit, we ended up finding that first place was not me. But if you scroll down, you would see that second place was actually held by me. We won second place. Sorry, this was a group effort. My bad. We won second place in the art and video contest for DX2. And it was, you could probably imagine that I was elated. I was finally a winner of something video related, something SMT related. This is a big thing. And so I started to, of course, lose my shit at like 6 in the morning. And, I had to keep quiet because I didn't want to wake anybody. But I was like losing my mind. I think I retweeted it. I'm pretty sure I took like 1,000 million screenshots and all that. And it's pretty funny to think that I actually won second place. If you want to know who won first place, here it is. Yeah, that actually beat me. And I remember there was actually a big hoopla over that, both in the American side as well as the overseas side. A lot of people thought that there was some sort of foul play involved, considering the fact that, this video that had a lot of effort put into it lost against this random, just AR video, which by the way did look really good. I can't discount that fact and ignore it. But yeah, so we ended up winning second place. I'm not gonna complain too much. First place winner won a 360-degree camera. This was back when those things were like brand spanking new. And second place won a $500 Amazon gift card. And so when I got that Amazon gift card, you can trust and bet your sweet bippy that I went on a crazy shopping spree for myself with that. And I bought literally I bought like clothes. I bought like snacks. I bought like things I knew I would need while I was in college. It's kind of sad to think about. And I remember telling my friend that I wanted to like buy something for them, like be like, "Oh, I'm gonna get my $500 gift card soon. If you need anything, if you want like a video game or whatever, just let me know. You're my star." He's like, "Okay." And then I ended up just wasting it all on myself. To be fair, I mean, I bought clothes. I needed that for college and stuff. And while college didn't really last that much longer after this happened, I still bought myself stuff that I'm actually wearing to this very day, such as this. This shirt is actually something I bought back then. These pants too. Look at my ass. So yeah, your boy bought only the essentials. Anyways, let's fast forward a little bit more towards April. I ended up deciding to just drop out of college because I didn't really feel like it was really doing anything for me. And honestly, it wasn't. I wasted like 4 years of my life there. And that came out of nowhere. But I'm going to just stop really quick and just say that even though I dropped out, college does have a use. There's a reason it exists. And if you're doing anything STEM related, if you're doing anything that requires like any actual sort of brain power, which being a YouTuber does not, then yes, then maybe college might be of use to you. But to me, it wasn't. So yeah, I ended up dropping out and I tried to go and look for a job. And while this was all happening, I decided to just, try and do what I do best and try and make videos again. And I remember coming across, and I know I kind of joked about this earlier. I kind of teased it a little bit earlier, but it was more of like a bait and switch. But in July 2019, I ended up coming across a Twitter thread. A Twitter thread created by Discord. They made a Twitter post saying, "If enough people say please, we'll release server folders tomorrow." And while I was looking through that, I don't use Discord. I don't even use it now, even though I have like a server that people actually use. I just decided to look through it and I ended up coming across this response, which had a picture of the Persona 3 protagonist pointing a gun at the viewer. And I thought this was hilarious, but I also thought that, hey, well, why is he pointing a gun at me? In Persona 3, they generally point their guns at themselves and summon their persona that way. So I said, he pointing that gun the wrong way. this ended up creating probably the biggest shockwave in my YouTube career. This ended up creating a thread, which ended up leading to the creation of the video when you meet a persona user, the Persona 3 Twitter video, you know the one. But yeah, that video ended up just like being created because I thought that this Twitter thread that I had with this person, Infinix, I thought it was funny, and then I ended up making a video of it, and then I posted that video on Twitter because, of course, that's where the thread originated from, and it's a lot easier for me to link to that thread through the actual social media app. And that video actually kind of blew up. Now, not as big as most people would think. It only got like it got less than 10,000 likes, which I know, pretty crazy to think about, especially when you look at the YouTube version, which, while it died pretty much on the vine the moment that I put it on my YouTube channel, over time, it started to get recognition, and eventually it ended up exploding, and exploded so hard that it actually pushed my subscribers to past 300. So for the longest, I had a really hard time getting subscribers for my YouTube channel, for both my Figurative Sandwich as well as my Wolf397 account. And it was always something, you know, very low. And of course, it's not that low when you think about how many people like 300 like subscribers would be if you put them all into a room. But, you know, looking at all of the big YouTubers and stuff, even the like not so big YouTubers who would have like 5,000 or whatever, it just, you know, it kind of hurt. And for the longest, I just had a really huge difficulties with just getting any sort of subscribers to my videos, even if they would do pretty good. Like if they have like 1,000 views or whatever, no one would want to subscribe. And this video ended up breaking my Wolf397 account out of the, I think like 100, and it was something very low. It was like 150 subscribers, maybe 200 at the most. I know Figurative Sandwich had more subscribers than Wolf397 at that point. But yeah, this video ended up getting popular enough to push me out of that past 500 and past 1,000, which is something I honestly never thought that I'd be able to achieve. Ever, honestly. Like, a lot of people would think that I'm joking because, you know, 1,000 subscribers or 1,000 followers or anything is really not that big of a deal. It's hardly a drop in the bucket, especially in like regards to the social media like landscape nowadays. But to me, that meant everything. That meant that it all wasn't just in vain. That meant that I had the potential, the potential to create stuff that might be pretty good, that people might actually want to watch. So while everything that has come before like formed like who I am as a YouTuber, I think the Persona 3 Twitter video is the one that thoroughly cemented that I think I might have a chance as a YouTuber. And so after that point, I pretty much started to make YouTube videos again. I would make whatever I thought would be cool, whatever I thought would be fun. And for the most part, I kind of had like an SMT, Megaten, Persona tinge to it all, because that's what I, you know, was obsessed with at the time. That's what I liked. So I would try and make like Persona 5 related videos, Persona 3 related videos, Persona 4 related videos. And I, you know, of course, kind of stopped after a while because, you know, I love Megaten and stuff, but I don't want everything on my channel to revolve around Megaten. And of course, while that might not be a good idea, because having a niche on YouTube is a really good way to guarantee success. If you keep creating the same types of videos, the same like sort of content that like exists in the same bubble as what like your big videos are in, then you're pretty much like, you know, going to make it big, or at least you'll have a very, very, you know, dedicated fan base that would be willing to die for you in a war, the YouTube war. It's coming soon. And the Persona 3 Twitter video didn't actually get that big until, on YouTube at least, it didn't get that big until I want to say like a year later. I remember I was at like work and I was taking a break and stuff, diddled around, just looked at videos, went on TikTok, Instagram, stuff like that. All the fun stuff that people usually do when they're on their lunch break. Ooh, exciting. But of course, during that, I would also check out YouTube Studio because as a YouTuber, that's something you have to do. If you're not always on your YouTube Studio app, then are you really a YouTuber? I noticed something was a little different. The subscribers had jumped up by a considerable margin. Way more than I would ever expect, just especially on a random day where I didn't really make that many YouTube videos, where I didn't upload videos or whatever. And I remember looking at the analytics and stuff, and I saw the Persona 3 Twitter videos going what? This video I uploaded last year or something. Why is it going crazy now? I remember my break was over, and I went back and did my horrible job, and all the while I was wondering what is going on? And I remember going on my lunch break, and I saw the subscriber count went up even more, and at this point I was just like, oh God, I think I'm going viral. I finally had that video that would put me on the map. And it's crazy to think that even now, that stupid video still exists in the conscience of Persona fans everywhere. No matter where I go, no matter where I leave a comment, people will still find me and still point me out and say, Persona 3 Twitter guy. And I'm like, but also, hey, what's up? Let's fast forward all the way to 2022 because I don't really think there's anything else going on in 2021. As far as I know, 2022, I ended up coming across a little comic on Twitter created by a person called Witch Doctor DB. And this comic followed a little character called Silly Billy. Now, I know I probably activated the brains of every single 10-year-old that's watching this video. But yeah, I found the Silly Billy comic just randomly while going through Twitter, and I thought it was the funniest thing in the world. And I thought it was one of the coolest looking comics too. I really enjoyed Witch Doctor DB's art style, and I thought it was very unique. I thought I liked how there was cuteness there, but also there was that that raw, gritty horror aspect as well. I don't really know how to fully describe it because I'm not an art person. I'm not good with my words. I thought to myself, what if I did a video of this little comic? What if I tried to animate it? And so I did just that. And I remember getting off work, and then I went back home, washed up, washed my ass. And I remember going on my computer and just, getting to work. I did the voices and stuff. I did the editing. Yeah, I got that video out, threw it up, put it on Twitter. And Witch Doctor DB actually did, he did retweet that. And I thought that was super cool. And I was like, oh my God. And then that got a lot of likes and stuff and a lot of retweets. And a lot of people liked that. And it made me happy. And I was like, yeah, I made something that was liked by people. And that was liked by the original creator. Yay. After that, that kind of, just was cool. I'm just kidding. No. This video went crazy. So the Silly Billy video ended up exploding on YouTube. Just randomly, comments would flood in, views would flood in. It just, my account was just blowing up like that one factory that had all the fireworks in that one video. You know the one I'm talking about. Actually, my channel trumps that video. But yeah, it was just insanity. It was crazy, and it just kept going. It kept going. I kept getting subscribers. I kept getting it's just all these things were being unlocked on my account. I unlocked the YouTube stories. Does anyone remember that? No one does because YouTube put it up and then they barely supported it, and then they axed it less than a year after I got access to it. Those fuckers. So that was cool. That was great, and it just kept getting better from there. And of course, eventually, all great things, they all came to an end. And eventually the Silly Billy videos would stagnate and just, stop getting views and stop getting subscribers, as was to be expected. And unfortunately, that was around the time when I decided to enable monetization. Because when I first made those videos, I didn't have monetization on because I didn't really feel it was right to do so because these weren't my comics. Like, of course, it was a transformative video. Like, I added voice acting, I added editing and all that fun stuff. But I was like, should I still do it even though I don't own the comics? Like, of course, I do give I do give credit and stuff, but like, I don't know. Days after Silly Billy was like big and stuff, I decided to finally turn on monetization. And those videos made hella bank. I think I remember making $600 in a single day. And then, of course, since this was days after the Silly Billy videos got big, those diminishing returns were diminished quite a bit. I definitely didn't get as much the second, third, fourth day, but that really has me kicking myself because if I turned on monetization before these videos got big, that would have padded out my bank account pretty nicely. You know, you live and learn. You live and learn. I'm not going to let that happen next time. Trust me. Trust me. Everything has monetization put on. So yeah, those videos went pretty big and it had me thinking like, wow. YouTube definitely can be something that I can do for a living. Let me try and do that. And I remember telling my family, or my mom and my stepdad, who I was living with while I was, working, because my job was pretty close to where they live. So I ended up moving in with them so that way I could work at that job and not have to worry about like transportation, because I didn't have a car at the time and I still don't have a car at the time. If you would like to buy me a car for my birthday, you know what you got to do. I ended up bringing it up to them and I showed them the numbers and I was just like, Mom, Stepdad, I want to try and make YouTube something that I can do for a living. So I decided that maybe I should change my my work schedule so that way I only work on the weekends and I could work on YouTube videos, as my main thing. And after showing them the numbers and telling them like, what I plan to do, they were actually very supportive. And they were like, you know what? You might actually have a chance with this, son. Pats on shoulder, spins the little propeller hat, spanks bottom for some reason. I don't know why that's got weird. They were actually supportive, which was something that I was not expecting because, parents being parents, I did not expect them to understand that YouTube could be like a viable career path. And so from that point forward, I changed my work schedule and tried my best to make YouTube a thing. And unfortunately, I didn't really put that much effort. I just didn't really put that many videos out. I didn't really do much of anything. Like, I made videos, of course, but I just didn't make as many as one would expect when they're trying to make YouTube their full-time job. And that's one of my biggest regrets. I didn't take advantage of the situation that I was in. The fact that I had these viral videos, the fact that I had all this free time to be able to make more potential viral videos, I just let it slip past me. And I didn't even with like streaming and stuff, like with all this going on, I didn't strike while the iron's hot and try and establish a streaming career, because that's something that I could have done. I remember the first few streams that I would do while Silly Billy was going crazy on the market actually had pretty big numbers. And so, like sand sifting through an hourglass, I let my chance to make it big as a YouTuber fall through my fingers. And of course, as you could probably tell, I am also still kicking myself to this very day. Not even just the monetization aspect. I could have made up for that if I had just, kept on the grind, kept trying to figure out things, kept making like Witch Doctor DB videos. And a lot of those videos that I made that weren't Silly Billy actually did quite well. And this is something that actually kind of annoys me. When YouTube Shorts were introduced, they didn't have the typical monetization aspect that they have nowadays, where you just make money depending on how many views you get. Back then, it was a weird thing called like a YouTube Shorts, like creator fund, where depending on like if you would make like millions of views at like the end of every month, you would get like a set amount of money. I've never really looked too much into it because that creator fund didn't really last that long. But that was something that was still going on for like, YouTube shorts. I would upload like other Witch Doctor DB comics and videos and stuff that I had like animate and like voice act and stuff, as well as like other videos. I remember I did like the Mario and Luigi one. That one got big. But all these videos, even though I would like get tons of views from them, like hundreds of thousands of views, it still wouldn't count. I wouldn't get anything from them because the Creator Fund desires more than just hundreds of thousands of views. Those videos got nothing. If I had uploaded those as like regular normal videos, I probably would have made like hella bank, but I just didn't. I just didn't decide to do it. I know. This all probably sounds very, very depressing. It probably sounds kind of sad too, but not like the oh, that's so sad. I'm like, that's sad. This bozo keeps complaining about shit. I feel like, you have to have the good and the bad, right? And since I didn't really get a chance to talk too much about the bad, I may as well just pile it on right now at the very end. While things were going good, things were also not going that well. And then eventually that would lead to 2023, when I would end up moving out of my parents' house and I would end up moving into my brother's house. And since I didn't have a place to like record and make videos and all that fun stuff, I ended up not really having a chance to make videos as often as I would like. And of course, that would definitely cut into, the content that would get put up onto Wolf 397. Thankfully, that didn't last for too long. And instead of living at my brother's house, I was actually able to live at a friend's house for a bit, for about like that whole entire year, pretty much, as well as a little bit of 2024, but we'll get to that eventually. And so when I moved in over there, I had a much more comparable space for me to be able to like edit and do my YouTube stuff. I had a place where I could have a microphone, I could talk, I didn't have to worry about like annoying my brothers or whatever, because I didn't really want to do that. I didn't like at my parents' house, I had like a room all to myself. And here I'm in the living room where I sleep and all that. But over there at my friend's house, I had a place where I could do my YouTube stuff. And so I didn't have to worry about like annoying people that much. I didn't have to worry about where I could put my computer. I didn't have to worry about anything really. And it was very nice. And I actually got to I think I got a lot of stuff done like during that year. I got a lot of videos done, a lot of short videos. I kind of focused a bit too much on the shorts. And I did a lot of like voice acting stuff. I remember I was trying to focus more on voice acting, like trying to like build up my skills as a voice actor. That kept going. And eventually we ended up getting a sequel series to the Silly Billy videos. We got season 2. There was 3 rounds that came out during that season. And I made a video for each and every one of those. And I ended up actually making a 4th one because there was a bit of an issue with TikTok, because I uploaded it to TikTok, and for some reason, for the first episode, TikTok took it down, even though it was up for like, I want to say like 3 days or something. It was up for a good 3 days, but it ended up getting taken down for hate speech. And so yeah, I ended up making another video, which was a censored version of the first episode, where I just, changed everything and at least tried my best to make it somewhat entertaining, despite the fact that it was censored. So 4 videos ended up coming out of that, and it was pretty good. And then after that, that was it. There was 3 episodes, but unfortunately, there was no final episode. We'll get to that eventually. But yeah, with the Silly Billy stuff out of the way, I, went back to doing what I usually do, just making some random videos, just voice acting stuff, like whatever, yada, yada. Then 2024 comes around, and this is when I actually decided to go a bit more crazy with making videos. I tried to have a schedule set up for my YouTube account, as well as my TikTok and my Instagram. I decided to upload like most of my videos that I've done over the years to Instagram, and it has been going pretty well. Instagram is, weirdly enough, a very good place to like get like views and stuff. And while I may not get that many followers, the fact that I'm able to pull in like 100,000 views, like just randomly on occasion, like even on videos where I don't expect it to do that good, it blows my expectations out of the water. And so, yeah, I tried to have like a schedule where I would try to upload or publish, I should say, 5 videos a week. And I remember doing that for quite a bit. And I remember Persona 3 Reload came out that year. And so with that, I decided I wanted to try and ride the Persona wave. So I ended up making like a ton of YouTube community posts and shit posts and like memes and all that based around Persona 3 and just Mega 10 in general. And I did that, and I think I was able to get it like going like 1 post a day for like 3 months straight, which was pretty surprising. I'm not going to lie. Like, of course, you know, it's not that difficult to make memes and stuff and to like stockpile them and just like have them scheduled for uploads and all that. It's really not that difficult. But the fact that I was able to do it consistently for multiple months really, you know, really blows my mind. I didn't think I had it in me. And I also didn't think I had it in me for having a schedule of 5 videos a week. But I managed to make that work for like a month. And of course, after that, I was like, I don't know, these videos aren't really doing that well. So I'm going to like cut it down and do like maybe 3 videos and maybe 2, whatever, 4. If I can get 5, then, you know, I'll do that. But for the most part, so that way I could like, you know, conserve my videos. Because I actually made like a ton. I remember I would just like have days where I would just like pump out 10 videos, like just edit them all out. Like I'd have the voices already done. I'd do like a day where I voice act, and then like I'd have another day where I just edit them all. Some of those videos that I have like, you know, waiting on my YouTube account are from when I would do that. I still have videos that I made from 2024 that I've yet to publish. And so 2024 goes by and it's pretty cool, pretty fun. Not as exciting as 2023, at least, you know, in my personal life. I remember in 2023, I went like on so many trips. It's insane. I went on so many trips. I did so many things that I didn't expect. I remember leaving California for the first time in my life in 2023. I went to Portland. I know it's kind of weird to go back to the previous year, but yeah, I went to Portland. I went to Las Vegas. I went to Washington. I just went everywhere. It was insane. I went to NorCal. It's been a while since I'd done that. I think the last time I did that, I was maybe like in middle school. I think I was probably like around like the age that I made Wolf 397. 2024 was not the same, at least in terms of like going everywhere and doing cool things, but it was still a very, very good year, at least in terms of Wolf 397. I was taking YouTube video making seriously, and I was like editing tons of videos. I was on that grind, and I think I talked about it before with the year in review video, but I do think that 2024 might have been my most prolific year, at least in terms of like creating content. I just made so many videos. Like I said, so many videos that aren't even out yet, that are just sitting there waiting to be published. And I'm pretty proud about that. And I don't know how 2025 is going to be. And fast forward to 2025, January 7th, July, man, I wish it was July. January 17th, 2025, which is the 18th anniversary of my YouTube channel. And also was the day I decided to upload Silly Billy, the final rap battle. And so far that video is doing pretty good. Of course, you know, it's not doing big numbers as one would expect. It's a short film. I definitely did not expect. I didn't expect it to, honest to God, I didn't expect it to cross like 1,000 views. Short films, it requires a lot of brain power, a lot of like attention, a lot of, you know, just focus. And that's something that a lot of people don't really have nowadays, children and adult, thanks to, you know, YouTube shorts and TikTok destroying our brains and rotting it to a point where we can't even like look at something for 1 minute without getting bored and need to watch like Subway Surfer gameplay. But so far that video is doing quite well. There's a lot of good comments. A lot of people have given a lot of positive feedback. And it's crazy to think that, 18 years have passed, and for my 18th anniversary, I decided to go back to what I used to do before, animation. It was fun being able to do that. And yeah, since January we're barely halfway through January. Since we're barely at the start of the year, I don't really have anything else to talk about in terms of 2025. But I don't want to give any big, I guess now we may as well talk about the future, right? Right? I mean, we're already like an hour and 45 minutes. We may as well start wrapping this up. But I don't want to make any big statements or anything. I don't want to make any big promises because I'm not very good when it comes to holding onto promises, especially when it comes to my YouTube channel. But I hope that we could get some good stuff out. Like I said in the year in review video, I would like to try and focus on more long form content. And I have quite a lot of ideas that I have, ideaed up in my brain, video ideas that I think could probably, work and maybe have some, at least some moderate success. Evergreen content. That is the key word we're going to try and focus on this year. Stuff that, is not trendy, but is still able to be relevant no matter how many years pass by. 10 years, 20 years, 5,000 years. And with the idea of long form content, I also think that maybe it might be good to focus on something that pertains to the significance of 18 years on YouTube. 18 years is quite a lot of time. That's almost 20 years. YouTube itself is actually 20 years old. My channel is slowly getting there. But yeah, nearly 20 years. And I know I was being joking and stuff when I was saying that this channel is probably older than most of the people watching this video, but I'm probably not wrong. That 18 is quite a lot. I've been here for an entire high school graduate's life. And trust me when I say that I'm going to be here probably until that high schooler dies. I will never stop creating content on TikTok, on Instagram, and especially YouTube. You can take comfort in knowing that I will never let you down. I will always be here. I will always be working on videos. Nothing will ever change that because this is what I love to do. Whether I make a bunch of money from it or whether I don't, it is something that I'm just always going to do. It's something that's been a part of me for more than half of my life. And it's something that, makes me who I am. I am not just Michael Sanchez. I am Wolf397. It's a part of my identity, and it's something that will probably always be a part of my identity, probably till the very day that I die. So for this year in particular, I feel like since I'm about to turn 30, since Wolf397 turned 18, we probably should try and do something significant to try and celebrate that. Now, I talked about this in the year in review 2024 video that I wanted to try and do something that pertains to nostalgia. And I think I kind of have a good idea of how I want to tackle that. I think I might want to focus with, just looking throughout my entire channel's history and seeing some things that maybe I can try and redo again. I know the one thing that the one thing that definitely sticks out in my mind that I would love to redo is the Grand Theft Auto 5 trying to find where the landmarks are in the game without using a map. Just trying to navigate the entirety of Los Santos without a map. I'd like to try and do that. But also I would like to try and make videos maybe talking about things that had a big importance in my life. I would like to do a video on Persona 3. I got ideas like that in the can right now, and I'm definitely gonna try and work on those. But for now, after doing the Silly Billy video, that thing took I will admit it took a lot of time. It took about over 5 months. I know it probably doesn't seem like it, but as a one-man animator, drawer, editor, voice actor, whatever, jack of all trades. Stuff like that takes a lot of time. And I don't know if I'm ever going to really do an animation like that ever again. I kind of just wanted to go this hard because it was the swan song for Silly Billy. And after doing something like that, I don't know if I really want to animate for a while. I'm definitely not going to do anything about Silly Billy for a while. I know that's the last video, but I would like to try and make like a quasi documentary / retrospective / whatever, talking about like, the character and like, the significance in my life. Pretty much what I talked about before, but, going a little bit more in depth than I did like now, which is crazy to think about. But I would like to do a video like that, but I don't want to have anything to do with that fucking guy for a while. Even though the video is doing pretty well, like reception wise, I don't really know if it was worth wasting 5 months of my life doing all that. At least I could have broken it down or something, but I could have gotten like so many other videos like out during that time span. But what's done is done. I can't regret it too much. After all, I am very proud of what came out, but yeah, I'm going to take a break from YouTube for a bit. Like I said before at the very start of the video, I am sick. Maybe I'll make a video about this sickness as well. Hey, you can make a video about anything. I mean, I did talk to like some people before about like what I view YouTube as. And I think the way Mutahar from Some Ordinary Gamers puts it, he calls his YouTube channel like almost like his diary, where he just talks about whatever he feels like at that moment in time. And in a way, I kind of view YouTube similarly, where I just talk about, whatever's like, important to me at that moment, or what like interests me, or what I want to talk about, or just whatever. I kind of treat it like that. I don't really want to try and have a niche, even though it is very important to have one. Like, if I do end up making like a bunch of videos pertaining to like a single interest or what have you, just know that I'm most likely doing it because I have like a weird hyperfixation that I cannot like, just kick away for some reason. I'm just doing it because I want to do it, not because I feel inclined to do it, like I have to, like it's an obligation. I don't want YouTube to ever become like feeling like a job, even though it has already at some points, especially with working on these longer form videos. I still had fun while making those videos. So I don't want it to ever get to that point where it doesn't feel like it's fun. I want it to always be fun, because YouTube at the end of the day is supposed to be that entertainment for not only your viewers, but also yourself. If you're not having fun while making your videos, then why even make them in the first place? If you're going to just do that, you may as well just get a job. I can't believe it. A YouTuber telling like someone to get a job. I know that's very ironic to say that, but that's just how I feel, I guess. Anyways, yeah, it's late. We've been recording for like an hour and 50 something minutes. Nearly 2 hours. Oh my God. It's nearly 2:50 in the morning. And, yeah, this went on for way longer than I was expecting. Anyways, that's going to be about it for me. I kind of exhausted everything I wanted to talk about. I hope 2025 is going to be a great year for me and for my channel, and hopefully you too. The future might look a little bit shaky at the moment. Things might be a little scary going forward into the future, but trust me, I know, like always, humans will persevere and will push through to a better tomorrow. This has been Wolf397 speaking to you for over 2 hours. You have a great rest of your day, afternoon, evening, night, morning, whatever it is in your neck of the woods. I hope it's a good one, and I'll see you later. Bye now.